Time to go off the rails here on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. It's Friday. It is the Leaf Hour edition. We are live on SPORTSNET 360, SPORTSNET 590, The Fan in Toronto, and streaming always on SPORTSNET. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube at your convenience. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Derek Brandeo, and David Sisboomba.
Got the drop.
Is this the debut of the season?
Well, I think
of season 5?
Yeah, I think he's today and on Monday. So
welcome aboard there, David Sisboomba.
And the only reason I knew that is because he told me like 100 times because I think he wanted to make sure that his name gets out on air.
We got it.
Beautiful.
We got it. He's in.
So
beautiful.
Notice if you want something to be done, you just have to ask me 100 times and I'll do it.
100's the math.
Yeah.
Tons to get into today on this Off the Rails Friday. In about half an hour, we're going to catch up to our good buddy Darren Pang, analyst for CHSN Chicago, also TNT nationally. Help us tee up on the weekend, the Toronto Maple Leafs in Chicago. And then Doug MacLean at the top of the hour, former NHL president, head coach, back for his regularly scheduled Friday. Plenty to get into, including a daily face-off report that has people nervous about the Olympics.
I'm people in that sense.
Yeah, you are, and Sammy as well. And are the Olympics in jeopardy?
Whoa. What are you talking about?
Hockey Olympics.
You got to have somewhere to play them.
Right?
I mean,
There's rink issues right now. Gary Bettman's describing it as something that may come down to the wire. But this is the Leaf Hour edition, Sammy. So we'll wait on it in the National Hour. We'll get into it with Doug MacLean.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So the Leafs. Oh, actually, let's just talk about the Olympics.
No.
Okay.
No. More pressing. You told me this is national news. Don't waste it on Leaf talk because
people are frothing at the mouth.
That, according to our Sammy, Leaf Hour edition, people want answers.
I want answers.
And
you
I
got
told
any?
Sammy, have them change the channel because they ain't getting any from us.
I got questions. I got piles and piles of questions.
Byfield scores in overtime to lift the Kings last night in a game that we did. And obviously in our pregame, we talked about some things that we wanted to see, including a good start.
Better start.
Better start.
Structure.
It actually was
way better.
Everything that we talked about in the first 20 minutes.
Kings didn't have a sniff.
So what happened?
I don't know. Honestly, it looked so good. Like the Kings outshot them in the first by a little bit, but there wasn't a ton of grade A's. Leafs took advantage of their opportunities. They were above the puck, responsible. We did whole packages on defense to offense in the first period. And look, if you're in the right spots on D, it leads to action the other way. And then they came out for the second period
which they have gotten
totally
killed
different team
all season long.
Filled in. Second period filled.
They cannot stay in games in the second period.
My thought today was just okay, everyone's talking about coaching. That is the first time in the game where you can make tangible adjustments, right? First intermission, you come in and say, here's what the other team's doing. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're going to change. Did the Kings make some adjustment and the Leafs didn't? Or is it just pure, so the Leafs stopped playing the way that they wanted to play? Was it a coaching thing or a player thing?
Sammy, you want to comment before we go to
but questions?
Craig Berube?
It's hard to watch, boys. It's hard to watch. It's every night. They're just no good. It's 15 shots. 15 shots. And if it's not
It's the shot attempts too, which totally tells you everything you need to know about who had the puck in whose end the most.
And you'd think you got your third string goalie in there. And I guess they have a good start to the game, but the second and third is just grade A opportunities. Oh, it's you don't protect him a little bit. They just, if it's not for him, they lose. They don't get a point last night.
Right.
And Hildeby, I wouldn't say he was great, but he
Pretty
made
good.
some big saves.
Pretty good.
I thought he was as good as you could ask.
So you're leaning on your third string goaltender to carry you through games to get a point.
I think Hildeby's 0-4 and hasn't played bad yet.
Trying to think of the games he's played.
Even if he gives up one
Didn't love the Carolina game.
Carolina game
Yeah.
was a shootout.
Yeah.
They were the only team on the ice.
I remember the
Fogel's goal that you would have liked him to catch a puck.
Yep.
Yeah.
But other than that, did you catch Drew Doughty's comments after the game?
Yeah, I did. They dominated.
Hey, it went in overtime, but we dominated.
And you know what?
That guy would just, if he could redo his career, he would have killed to be a Leaf. That guy loves to
He
talk.
loves twisting the knife.
He
here.
loves to talk.
But you know what?
When he gets here, he's like, finally, I got an audience. It's talking time. And he just
Talk about
talk,
guys
talk,
who should
talk.
have a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Drew Doughty,
He-
top of the list.
Yeah, he just loves it.
But I will say that's not the only guy who's left Toronto and said we pumped them.
Yeah.
I feel like every post game all year we've heard the other team go, "Oh, we only got a point," or "Yeah, we won," or "Yeah, they won," but it always ends in, "But we were clearly the better team."
All right, let's go to Craig Berube on his overview of the game, and then we'll follow up with ours.
Yeah, I liked our first period. I thought we did some real good things, defended well, really our sticks were good, we did a lot of good things, and I thought they three-quarter iced us in the second. The reason that is because, when you get pucks back in our own zone, we got to get out of it. We got to make a play to advance it up the ice. We didn't do a good job of it. And then, we got the lead in the third, and I thought we sat back a little too much. Again, just advancing that puck up the ice with speed, jumping, getting the holes. It's confidence for me a little bit, and puck play. The plays are there. We're not making them, and just not seeing it well enough right now. But we got to pick up our pace. We got to be more confident in those plays. To me, that's the difference in the game.
The only chance that they have to pick up the pace is if they can get to pucks first, and they're not. And therefore, he's got no chance to play quick because they don't have the puck. And they're not quick. They're not. Give me a fast guy right now on that blue line. Give me a guy that with above speed.
Yeah, like Morgan gets around, right? He's above league
Morgan's
average.
He's not fast.
Right.
Doesn't move fast. I'm
No.
sorry.
But, to me, what I hear, and I agree with you, but I also hear conflicting messages from him where he says, we need to make plays up the ice together. We need to, the whole thing's been don't make plays. It's been go north, keep it simple, straight lines.
Direct, if you will.
Yeah, direct. So are we going direct or are we making plays? Totally.
Don't be too fancy.
I agree watching last night. They're not breaking the puck out and making little plays and all
They're
that.
they're just slow. They're just slow at everything they do.
Yeah.
I don't know how, just play faster, be faster, something. But, you got no chance to be quicker if you don't have the puck in your own zone.
But the scariest part about that is they win 70% of the draws last night.
Yeah, 72%.
So you're winning every draw, but you can't get the puck out of your own zone? What's that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
That don't make no sense.
I tweeted something sarcastic today where I said, Tanev's a shutdown D, McCabe's a shutdown D, Carlo's a shutdown D, Benoit's a shutdown D, and all it's done is shut down their ability to break the puck out. None of these guys have done, they're just supposed to be defensive specialists, but because of that, you have a bunch of guys whose job is, hey, just stop the guys coming this way and don't be too fancy going that way. And I don't know. You need some plays. Guys got to make plays.
You need some plays. There has to be
Little
some.
slip.
There has to be some sort of connection or chemistry between the
Forwards
D
are
and the
too far gone.
forwards.
You've been on this all year long, and it's for years, actually.
I don't know. I think it was Tavares last night in his post game mentioned the gaps.
Yeah, he did mention that. I saw that.
And I'm like, boys, this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's not getting corrected.
So I do think that Berube is taking the most heat. That's natural. It's the coach. But, I think, Bourne, that you've been saying that there's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of talent here. I'm starting to think it's more personnel than it is coaching in terms of.
Or there's not I'm sorry, Justin, but there's not as much talent as you think there is right
That's-
now.
That's kind of what the direction. I don't not to gang up here, but that's kind of the direction.
And,
that
and I
I'm
disagree with
heading
you
in.
both, and that's fine. I
Where,
can hold my own in this
where
fight.
is the talent now that you can still say it'll come, or
Yeah.
I believe it'll come? Where is the talent coming from? Because it's not they don't have game breakers anymore. Then if they do, it's Tavares and
But
Willie.
I mean, they're just down Mitch Marner, who I know is a significant piece.
yeah.
But they still have everyone else who's supposed to be able to do this.
And who is supposed to be able to do this?
Well, obviously Willie, Tavares, Nyes. If you go McMahon's a 20-goal scorer, like you can go through the lineup. I'm not worried about the goals, and I don't think you guys are either at this point.
I'm worried about the talent to create energy and momentum. I'm not even worried about the goals.
I'm worried about them being
I
number.
don't see enough talent to hold on to pucks and cycle and be threats.
See,
I don't. I see
feel
one
like
and dones.
If you look at the third and fourth line of even the good teams, guys like Nick Waugh and Dakota Joshua,
Yeah.
who also can put the
Yeah.
puck in the net, and make
Yeah.
plays. You got Michelli,
I'm
Jordan
starting to
Croc's
believe
down
those,
there.
I'm starting to believe those guys are a fourth line.
That's fine if that's the case.
And the Leafs don't have a fourth line right now. Did you see their fourth line last night?
Yeah, I saw the numbers.
Like one shot attempt for Lawrence.
Blay, who
And
played
Yard-
four.
No,
Right.
Blay had none.
He played 419 last.
He had no shot attempps, and Yarncroke had no shot attempts.
And,
Like one for the fourth line, one shot attempt.
and on for 13 against.
You know how hard that is on any given game for a fourth line not to even have an attempt?
Yeah,
It's almost impossible.
I know. But listen, I don't think if you plug some of those guys out, all right, you put whoever it is you're frustrated with, pick one.
Okay,
Well-
Steve Lawrence is not a fourth line centerman.
Okay, so if you put Lorenz on Colorado's fourth line or on whoever's fourth
On
line
left on a
as a winger,
as a
sure.
winger.
Like this guy is not. You don't look at him and go, he's not talented enough to do that. He's not talented enough to make plays. He's a talented hockey player.
He's not at center ice, I can tell you that.
Okay, it's fine if he's not a centerman. I would agree that he's probably not fit for that.
So why are you putting together that fourth line?
I mean, listen, I'm not. However,
Why would they?
I guess options at this point. You're down two guys, right?
So you chose not to bring back Kempf.
Yeah.
And, if you want to go back deeper into the offseason, like Pontus Holmberg. You think they could have used Pontus Holmberg in the top
Oh,
six?
No kidding.
Or the
Well,
bottom six?
yeah.
Bottom six?
Yeah.
Like,
But that says a lot about where they're at.
give me Pontus Holmberg right now over Joshua.
Yeah.
Did you?
Right?
I didn't mind him last night. I thought he was okay last night.
I just see a lot of wheels spinning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not enough. It's just not.
But I think,
And no
we're like
traction.
too granular right now. I think it's like there is enough guys here that you're not a team who should have, 5 regulation wins in 18 games, 6 regulation wins. I don't know exactly what the number is. It's not many.
I think it's 6.
Like this team is not a trash roster. A great example is Sammy. You tweeted their roster today, their lineup with the one that finished last and
2016,
fifth.
yeah.
And it's like that to you should have been like, oh, okay, they're not that. Like the difference in those rosters is night and day. You
Yeah.
have legitimate NHL talents on one side, and
Yeah.
whatever, that was a team trying to lose.
Yeah,
back
yeah.
Then. They're not that. They're obviously not that.
Yeah.
This is a team I'm telling you is not going to finish in 30th place this year. So the question.
I would want them to finish in 30th because if they finish in 21st, they give the pick to the Bruins.
So this is the question. And I think people out there know this. If they finish, top 5 pick is protected. Anything else goes to the Bruins
Yes.
for next year.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10th.
So that's
goes
nightmare.
to the
You
Bruins.
can't finish with those picks. Are they good enough, though? And I'm making a case that they still have some talent. Are they good enough to even justify trying to get better, firing the coach, trading for players? Does that even make sense?
So how many games are we in now? 16?
No, 18.
18? And we said 20.
Yeah.
I've seen enough
To say
to say
they're not good enough.
they're not good enough.
So McKee, you had tweeted us something yesterday as well, because I got home disheartened with the Leafs last night. And I texted Sam, just said, who have they even beat? It's actually in our group chat. Who have they even beat? Like how, I I can't even believe they have 8 wins when I look at the way it's going. And he ran through it.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's a dog's breakfast.
It's
Well, I mean,
all the numbers.
You want me to go through it?
yeah.
It's Habs, first game of the season. Predators, Rangers
last.
in OT.
Overtime.
Sabres in OT.
Near dead last.
Flames 4-3.
Literal dead last.
Flyers 5-2.
Non-playoff team, empty netters.
Pens. Good.
Sure,
That was a
sure.
good comeback.
And, yeah.
And Mammoth they were a good team at the time. So
That Pens game, they played 20
the
minutes.
last game they won was their best game of the year.
Yeah.
And they've lost 4 since it.
It's not whether or not you can get a point in overtime. It's not whether they were a goal away from tying it's just what you can watch for full 60 minutes. And the ice is just constantly tilted, not in their favor.
No.
So tell me what can change. A hot goalie, a hot power play,
No, they need the puck.
Willie,
They have to have the puck.
Willie getting hotter, Tavares getting hotter,
That's the scary part.
right?
Is you just nailed it. Like their guys are lighting it up. Like they're all
They're
score-
getting their points. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and that's produce.
Yes.
And it's not
not even close
not-
to good enough.
It's not making a dent. It's not just not close enough. It's not making a dent.
Well, I don't know who made the boat analogy yesterday, but they're pouring water out of the boat while things are flying in. Like
Yeah.
it's
So the Utah game, when they'd won 3 in a row there, was Tanev in at that point?
no.
Matthews was in?
Tanev got hurt
Before that.
against Philly on the Saturday
He's
night.
going to be a
right?
while, boys.
Tanev will.
He's not coming to rescue this
Christmas?
anytime soon. I don't want to put a,
Yeah, okay.
a time frame. I'm just speaking
Yeah.
this weekend, next week. That's not, I don't think, happening.
Yeah.
After that, you hope he's progressing, and I hope it's a lot sooner than Christmas, but they're being very careful with this guy.
Good.
Here's the scary part, as I have been critical of them here today, but I've also said a lot about the talent they have and all that. I think they have talent to be better than they are. And if they play up to that talent, that means they're what? 16th?
I don't know.
Because right
Yeah.
now they're 28th in just about every stat I can find. So if they do play better, what does that get you? So I understand what you're saying, where it's like, boy, we are at a real crossroads of what
This is
direction
now-
are you going?
You've had plenty of time to play the chemistry card, the systems card, I don't know what's left. What card's left? Get us on the road so we can bond.
Yeah,
Card?
Yeah,
Is that left?
Oh yeah, that's very left.
A
'cause
dad's trip.
'cause
I
they've-
don't know.
They've played 13 at home and 15 away, or sorry, and 5 away. 13 at home, 5 away, and just a few playoff teams so far.
So that trip coming up, so that they go to Chicago for Saturday night against the Blackhawks.
Get some deep dish in you.
And I mean, they're playing well. We're going to talk to Panger about it, but they're not. It's not like cupcake on the schedule
Listen,
anymore.
your team's bad when you go, oh, Chicago's
Well, no, I
playing
mean,
good. Oh, the Blues
that's-
might get you.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like their schedule for the next 3 is pretty like where you would hope to accumulate some points with at Blackhawks, Blues at home, Blue Jackets at home, and then you go on the road for like at Habs, at Jackets where the Leafs always lose, Caps, Penguins, Panthers, Hurricanes.
soft. That's a soft
No, it's
schedule.
not. What are you
Yes,
talking
it is.
about?
Even the road games you just mentioned, or give me the road games again.
It's at
Capitals.
Habs,
At Habs, okay.
always greasy on a Saturday night.
Yeah, they lost a couple in a row. They're missing some guys to injury.
Blue Jackets
Didn't
always
they-
lose that game.
Non-playoff team last year. That's no different. They're hardly I mean, they're good, but
Caps.
they're not. Caps are struggling.
They're tough though. Penguins, Panthers, Hurricane. Here's the thing: the Leafs are the bad team.
That's what I'm saying. When you look at other teams, you go, you gotta look out for the Penguins.
I
Maybe not very good.
Let's go to Craig Berube. You've heard from us. What does he need to do to fix this thing?
Well, to me, the most important thing is the defensive play right now in our game, which we did a better job tonight. But, that's for me, I thought that we were too loose, lately. And that's the one thing you got to tighten up, The other stuff will take care of itself. But, it's about seeing the plays, making the plays, confident, advancing the puck up the ice and getting to the offensive zone more. We weren't there enough. And when we were there, it was too much in and out.
There you go.
All right. Well,
All right, a big part of
yeah. It doesn't change anything.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A big part of last night's storyline was Willie Nylander and a minute and 33 shift.
Yeah.
That that led to a
The second
interaction between his head coach and
Do you want to know what he said about it?
Willie.
We have a clip.
Love to hear what he said about
I
it.
forget what number it is. It's clip 3, Darren, please.
What was your message to Willie after their second goal?
Well, I thought he was hurt for a minute. I didn't know the way, whatever. It's just, I was just talking to him about that.
I thought he was.
That's actually the biggest dig I've ever heard.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I thought he was hurt.
I would think that many coaches would think
Willie.
a player's hurt when they're standing completely still.
Yeah.
Visuals awful, and OT awful. Tough visuals.
It's funny, Willie, last night was the first game in a long time where I feel like maybe some body language that he's not real thrilled with the way things are going, right? Like, wouldn't look at Berube when he's getting balled out. End of the period, he's sitting on the bench like, I got to go into the dressing room. Goes in 5 seconds after the team, or 10 seconds, whatever it was.
We had a discussion in between periods as well. And listen, Willie came back and made a play, and they got a goal. And I guess some vindication, a little bit for Willie on that. But is that what you want to do now? Be in a position where at the end of the game, you're just exchanging chances and you hope that one more goes your way than the other one? Or eventually you have to, regardless of the offense, you got to fix what's going on in your own zone.
Yeah, I don't think Willie thinks he did awesome there. Like, it's too long a shift.
I will come to Willie's defense on one thing here.
Wow.
Probably not.
What's that?
I said probably not.
I'm
This is not going to be in Willie's defense.
Oh, no, this isn't Willie's defense.
Okay.
What? They stink, and somebody's going to score?
No, is that the visuals that I get from my television most often than not is that the head coach has no problem laying into me.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that if he has a true outburst on somebody, it's at Willie.
Yeah.
Guys that you can hit.
I have yet to see him get in the face of Austin or Morgan or anyone else who's coughed up a puck. And then after the period's over, we had a shot of Willie sitting on the bench by himself. Is that the body language you speak of?
Looking at the iPad, right? Is that the one we're talking?
I don't know if he's looking at the iPad.
I think he was looking at the iPad.
If I'm Willie, I'm sitting there going, I'll take it, but I ain't the only one here. Okay? Start yelling at other people, please.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's a great point. And for a guy that, we all talk about his deficiencies, but he's literally carrying the team offensively. And they're lighting it up. And I know you don't like the other side of his game. It would be nice to see him chew out somebody else.
Yeah.
Right?
McMahon takes the odd lick. That's about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just spread it out.
Yeah. So I think when you have conversations with people about this team right now, a lot of it is there a way out? Are they good enough to just play their way out of this, or does something have to happen?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, Matthews is placed on IR, retroactive to November 11th, which I believe it has to be 10 days.
It's 3. He's not eligible to play in their next 2 games.
Right. So that's
7 or 10.
I'm not.
I think it's 7 full.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that takes him, at least 2 more games without Austin Matthews, which obviously a big blow. Even though I have noted his deficiencies this year, he's a 40-goal scorer like this version of him.
He's always going to attract a ton of attention.
Yeah, and that helps everyone.
Right? And that helps everyone. And
minutes.
Coaches and players will show Austin, whether Austin scored 10 goals in 10 games or 0 in 10, they will treat him and cover him the same way. Yeah. And you need him back to take a little bit of space away from Willie and John, even though they're continuing to provide the offense. It will slow down. It will catch up. They will. They can't go 60 games at this pace. So you need 34 back.
Because otherwise, I'm sitting there going, if I'm the head coach, how do I have the puck more? What do you change with this Maple Leafs team to have the puck more? Is it the lines, like they're not working together, or is it something structurally, something philosophically that you're telling them to do? You said get to pucks more, get to pucks faster.
Yeah. Or support each other better, or enough with the gaps. That's all. And in the first period, we talked about McMahon. Okay, he made a bad mistake. He turned to the middle of the ice, and it got picked off by Kempe, but at least he was there to recover. And if you take a look, there's probably like 2 or 3 other guys within 6 or 8 feet of him still.
Those guys are gone, though. You covered in intermission. You were so polite. You're like, yeah, they're not too far gone, but they're gone.
I think it was McCabe that was at least there. So
their D were still there.
The D were still there, and McMahon was still there, and he didn't quit on the play, and he ended up turning it into a 80-foot breakaway. So some decent signs, but like, can we have that over a long stretch of the hockey game?
I think, fundamentally, they're going to have to play like a team that just really prioritizes defense, and it's boring, and it looks like the first period looked. Everyone's back above and reloading. And
they also had a 2-0 lead.
Well, that's more fun.
Like, they had a 2-0 lead in that period and played great. And even I was like, oh, well, see, they always play better without Matthews in the lineup. Maybe they should. And I was like, oh, no, they still suck. They still suck.
We talked a while ago, forecasting Joseph Wall. We circled Chicago.
We did.
He will play.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Listen to the coach.
Do we not have...
Let's listen to the coach and see if you be the judge. Clip 6, please, on Joseph Wall.
So Joseph just said he's good to go whenever he calls number. You plan to get him right back tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, but thinking about it, definitely.
What have you seen from Joe as he gets closer to getting the game action here?
Well, we haven't seen him that much. I mean, he's same old Joe to me in practice, like what I see. You know, he's a hard worker. He looks good in that. He went down and played a couple games with the Marlies, which is good, I think, getting into game action, but he seems normal to me and ready to go.
Normal to me and ready to go. You cannot not play him.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a clip from him. Want to hear what Joseph Wall said?
Very much
Joseph
so.
Wall, play that Joseph Wall clip there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of a weird start to the season, like we've talked about before, but I'm just really happy to be here, be back. Got to play, game and a half there, and just pumped to get going.
Pumped to get going.
Next man up.
Joseph Wall is going to play hockey.
Saturday night. No pressure.
Is there any part
Save
of
the season, Joseph.
Is there any part of you that's like, all right, this is a very different shape of a season, some adversity early, they could, figure it out, gel together. This is a group that can still salvage this thing.
That was my positive Pauly take on Leafs Talk the other night.
And it's different.
Like, hey, maybe they
through this
stink
sort of
in the
adversity.
regular season and are good in the playoffs. Maybe.
I like the 2 words, probable but not impossible, right? So this is sport. We've seen the Blues in last place in January win a Stanley Cup.
The Leafs should hire Craig Berube.
I don't anticipate a bolt of lightning striking another team, let alone the Toronto Maple Leafs, like the St. Louis Blues in 2019.
That's where we're at with the Leafs.
But
this is sport. Anything can happen. That's what we got.
Great.
There's my positive take, Sammy.
Here, I did a
Don't ever
positive take.
accuse me.
It's sport.
I'm going to tell you who I liked last night.
Well, that's what we're down to, Sammy.
John Tavares.
I liked John Tavares.
Yeah, me too.
I liked McMahon. I liked Joshua. And I liked Mermis. How about you?
Listen, John's given everything he has.
I had a buddy write me
Right,
today, and he
so-
saat that's what watching an Islanders game was like 15 years ago.
Yes.
The team plays terrible. Tavares works his bag off,
Yes.
scores a couple goals, and you lose.
Yeah.
Oof.
So, and
You live long enough to come the early 2010s.
This was
Islanders.
also like the danger of signing John, right, to 4 years. is that you'll still consistently get the 60 or 80 points, but it doesn't advance the program. It doesn't get you closer. It doesn't.
Yeah, I agree.
What's that?
What do you mean?
Well, he's doing great. He's playing fantastic.
Good thing they
need good
signed
players.
him. Good thing they signed him.
Thank God.
They have
Listen,
no wins.
The team didn't get better, guys, is my point. Even with bringing John back, even with him at his 80 points, the team didn't get better over
not
the
his
summer.
fault.
It's not his fault.
Whose fault is that?
It's not his fault.
But are you reviewing his whole 7-year contract here?
No,
or?
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, it's great that John. It's to your point. It's like if a guy's doing his job but it's still not good enough, should you have gone somewhere else? Should you have gotten younger? Should you have gotten a guy that is more physical up the middle of the? I'm just saying that it's not John. John's doing what he's supposed to do, and that's produce points. But at the end of the day, it's not good enough for
I would
anybody.
say very consistently, your problem with John Tavares is a management problem with team building.
Thank you.
John Tavares.
No, John's not the problem.
No.
John's not the problem. The problem is
Miscast.
Is the whole thing's miscast.
But
John was supposed
worthy
to come
of
in from
praise
11.
Here, Kip.
Sorry?
He's worthy of praise for his play this season. He's worked hard, produced, done one face-off.
Took half price on his
It's great for John. It sucks for the team. Okay?
What do you mean it sucks for the team?
What does that mean?
The team's not better.
No.
The team didn't need to go back and double down on John and even a few other guys. Morgan,
$4.4
all
million.
of it.
What were you going to get? That's better than John. You'd be worse if you didn't have him.
They should have just stunk then. They should have not tried and trade away everybody.
Which is a fine point if that's the point someone's making.
Yes. Like if you're just going to go scorched earth,
I just think, like, right now it's pretty clear that you try to bring minus Mitch, you try to bring the band back, and it's not working. Okay?
To me,
it's not working.
Then you can quibble with how the Marner money has been spent.
Yeah.
But
I
don't see any reason.
No,
where
I'm not. It's not John. It's just John's in the position now of being a number one centerman. That's not a good thing for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No,
I mean,
right?
of course not.
But it's much like the Wall Stollers thing where
it's hard for me to get excited about how great of a season John's having when the team looks the way they look. That's all. That's my whole point. Okay?
Let's get to Pang.
All right. We got Darren Pang up when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. Welcome back to the program. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. I told you we'd solve nothing.
We solved less at break, too. Not a lot of easy answers here.
No, there's not.
Sammy Blais playing 4.5 minutes. Did he take a bad penalty or something? I vaguely recall him doing something.
I don't know.
Didn't clear a puck. There's definitely some punishment involved.
He's struggled the last few years to find any type of game like he had when he won the Stanley Cup with the Blues.
Excuse my ignorance here, but like the role that Berube wants him to play, why doesn't someone just go act like a fool out there and just like, I'm going to ignore the hockey puck and I'm going to run into everybody and I'm going to,
Those days are over.
But if someone did that, their coach would go, thank God, and they would put them on the ice a lot more.
But there's a reason why he spent the whole year in the American Hockey League last year. You know that, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's because maybe he's not that guy or not really.
You're not that guy, pal.
You're not.
Like, how many times have the Leafs or all these teams been like, okay, we're dying for someone just to run into people. Go get Big Lawrence. Go get Joshua. Go get Wah. Go get big guy, big guy, big guy. It's like.
But none of them are willing to do that.
Right.
What you're talking about.
And like Kiefer Sherwood body checked his way into a regular role and then started shooting at the net. And people are like, we got a player. It seems to me
Like leads the league.
Like Matthew Olivier punched and body checked his way into a role and now he gets points. Like you earn a spot by doing things. They give you more opportunity when they trust that you're doing things that help the team.
Listen, you've praised McMahon in the last few days. You too, Sammy.
Yeah.
He's trying his best, but clearly it's out of what he thinks he should be.
It's not who he is.
It's not who he is. And that's probably consistent with 5 other guys. And
All the
that's a
guys I just
problem.
named. Yeah.
It's a problem. It doesn't come naturally to guys
Well, I've
to be
often,
sore losers and look like a sore loser.
I've often used the expression that coaches would rather tame a tiger than paint stripes on a pussycat.
Yeah.
That old expression. It's like, I thought Pizzetta was going to be that for them.
Can
Like,
you
do you
explain that you sign this guy, he's in training camp, and then it's like you take an eraser and then go put Sammy Blaze there.
Like,
Just explain
if
that to
you're
me.
Pizzetta, you're like, that's my job. I was going to be the body check guy and play in the fourth line and stuff.
Don't want to give him a chance first before you go get Sammy Blaze?
And the Marlies are a mess because they've got like 9 vets, or I don't know what it is, 7, 8, 9 vets. You can only dress, I think, at most 6 veterans for a game, something like that. So they have to sit guys every other game, like in a rotating healthy scratch thing. So because they can't put all the vets in, so Pizzetta's not even playing much.
Trying to track down Panger.
It's fine. We can just yell about stuff. I got a long list of
What else would you like to yell about, sir?
long list of names to yell about here. Well, just go through the roster, really.
Matthew Nyes has been a guy that's produced a lot of points, but physically, I thought he would have been ready to maybe go to another level a little bit.
He did. He's went to Marner's assist level. He's got 17 assists.
All right.
No body checks.
We'll just pick up on that while we go to our good buddy, Darren Pang. Panger.
Kyper.
It's been way too long, my friend.
Yes, it has been. How you been, buddy?
We've been, good, I mean, other than the Leaf issues that you're going to solve for us before you talk about Chicago. Just tell us how to solve the Leaf problem. Leaf Nation is like beside themselves after an incredible Blue Jay run right now.
You're going to compare the Leafs to the Blue Jays now and all that magic? Are you out of your mind, Kyper? Oh my goodness! Listen, I can't help save you, but I'm just finished watching last night's game right now, and all I saw is an LA Kings team, especially in the third period, that played the game the way I know that Craig Berube likes the game to be played: down low, holding on to pucks, going to the front of the net, jamming, working, back to the point, tire out the D again, and then end up, putting you on your heels. So to me, that was a prototypical Craig Berube style of game in the third period by Jim Hiller and the Los Angeles Kings. That's what I saw. I also saw the roster, and I'm going through it, and I don't have the names on there, but I'm like, whoa, well, right now, that's not much of a, it's not much of an NHL, like, really, that's it's not a high-end compete NHL team right now as on the roster anyway from last night's game.
Well, it's funny because it's almost like a parent telling a teenager that they need to like clean the room and they do it begrudgingly. Berube is telling the Leafs to dump the puck in. And you see these guys who have played a possession style game here for years going, oh, fine. And, maybe not having the pace. And do you think sometimes a roster and a style the coach wants just don't mesh?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I have seen, Chief. I mean, he's a guy that knows what he's got in front of him too.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're a team that's playing a slower game and trying to go east to west or board to board before getting it in the zone, you're likely going to have to make the perfect pass and the perfect play without speed, and you don't have the speed to back check back. And the one thing I saw in that game, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I was just watching it and I saw a shot of, I think it looked like Chief and Nylander having a conversation on the bench, and then I didn't really see Nylander at the as the game went on dial it up either. So that's the kind of speed they probably needed when the game was kind of on the line, and you could see that LA was taking it over. So not a whole lot of speedy players out there that can go north south, but even a guy like Nylander still likes to play east west. I think the guy that gets it the most under here, the one that I see after all those years of being with Craig in St. Louis, is John Tavares. I mean, he understands exactly where he's at on the ice, when he needs to dump the puck in, when he needs to go get it, when he needs to hold on to it in the offensive zone. And even though he's not the fastest player, he almost reminds me a little bit of Ryan O'Reilly playing those years with Craig Berube. He gets it. He understands what he wants him to do.
You're watching and listening to Darren Pang, analyst for CHSN and TNT nationally. Panger, we're going to see the Leafs play the Chicago Blackhawks Saturday night. There's a different feel, the Chicago Blackhawks. We're going to see a different team that we've seen in the past few years. What exactly are we in for Saturday night with this club compared to what we've seen in years past?
Kipper, I think you're going to be really impressed if you haven't seen it. The last 2 years have been tough years. Not a great deal of high-end players and not a great deal of accountability all the way around, I don't think. And so now I look at what Jeff Blashill and, Mike Vellucci's a longtime good coach, and he interviewed for several jobs as a head coach. So, that's a good ear and a voice for Blash. And then Mike Pekka as well is on the staff with Anders Sorensen. So all the way around, as soon as training camp started, the first whistle was stop the drill, do it again. Nope, stop the drill. I mean, that's stuff that these players needed. They needed more information, they needed more accountability, and they needed more teaching. And so what you're going to see is a pretty fast team, a pretty relentless team, but a team that defends well or decently well. They do give up a lot of shots, but they're getting better in that area. But you're going to notice right away, it's going to take you 5 seconds to notice the speed or the ability to carry the puck going forward with speed would be Connor Bedard for sure. I mean, he's a different player. He's a different person. His interviews are different. I mean, I'm telling you all the way around. He's and selfishly as a broadcaster, fellas, how much time we spend, in the locker room when, whether it be on the road or practices, whatever. But he's just been magnificent, both on and off the ice. So, and his plays really reflected of that. I mean, he's a legitimate player. He makes a difference every single time he's on the ice. So that part of it. But the other part of it is, and Kipper, you'll love this. I'm going to slide back for a second. Hang on. Because it's the 100th year, tomorrow night.
Oh,
first
wow.
8,000 fans are going to get this.
That's pretty cool.
You see that pretty good?
That's awesome.
Whoa.
I didn't know you caught right.
That's a little wee version of me.
Oh my gosh, Tony
Esposito. I mean, come on.
Best.
Are you kidding me? Who wasn't Tony Esposito on the driveway or Mike Palmetier? One of the two.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just with the stance alone, right? The famous stance.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. It's always been, it's big in the 100th year. You guys know that. And it's a big celebration. And Danny Wirtz is, Danny Wirtz is a 4th generation owner, and he's very proud of what they're doing in this 100th year. So
that's really cool. I spent some time of telling these guys with Daryl Sutter recently. He's a big Tony Esposito fan. He's got drawings from when he was a kid that he had Esposito. Loved the Blackhawks. I did want to stay on Connor Bedard briefly and just get a sense, to what do you attribute these changes? Like, is it a maturity? He's just gotten older. Did he change training? Did the organization talk to him? What's brought about a different guy?
Yeah, I mean, I think from the first time he left the season last year, and obviously disappointing season, and instead of going to the World Championships, which I'm sure, especially everybody in Canada and in Toronto would be wondering, okay, what happened there? He went to the World Championships the year before. He was out of gas. Like the kid's been going nonstop for 4 years, and he's like, I want to get my training better. I need to get faster. He knew he needed to get lighter boots, but how do you get Nick Kypreos light CCM boots? I mean, you don't just order them online and all of a sudden be fleet of foot like Nick Kypreos.
Amazon.
You got to work at it. You know what I mean, Kipper? And so he trained a little bit with Kent Johnson, his good buddy, who's of course the Columbus Blue Jackets young star, and they just changed their training a little bit and maybe less on ice. He spends so much time on the ice, and it's been well told that even in Chicago, when the Zamboni's coming out for practice, I mean, he's still on the ice. They got to boot him off, but he's been really careful, and he's been really diligent about not wasting time doing the same kind of things. And so If you look at crossing over, not just east-west, crossing over this way and gaining speed going downhill is the biggest thing that I noticed. Off the ice, I mean, it sounds to me, and he's mentioned it to me before, he did other things. He actually played golf this summer. He hung out with his buddies. He went to restaurants. And then when he went to Hockey Canada's camp, I think he really endeared himself to everybody, from Doug Armstrong to, I know I just spoke to John Cooper a couple of days ago in Tampa Bay, and he said the kid was magnificent, and he was in the middle of everything. And, so I maybe it is just he's 20 years old now. He's in his third year. He's seen what other players are doing. He's watched how Wayne Gretzky handles things. He watches how other great players handle things. And I just think he's having a heck of a lot more fun. In fact, just recently, he asked about getting fitted for golf clubs. So who did he call? He's knocked on my door and he said, hey, is there any chance that you can help me out? I've got my dad's old golf clubs, and he says, I want to get better at it. So I took him out to a club champion for club fitting. It was about 3 hours, and he couldn't have been any better. And from that point on, by the way, that's when he got the hat trick, his first one ever. And then he's been on he's been on a roll ever since.
And he's a scratch golfer now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's hitting fades and draws.
I know probably externally around Chicago, there's not much talk about Bedard and the Olympics like it is up here. But from what you're hearing, how important is that to him? And what are you hearing on his chances of participating in the Olympics for Canada, of course?
Yeah, of course. You know what, Kyper? I mean, I would say probably going into that orientation camp, I'm not speaking for anybody, but I would have to think that he was on the outside, far on the outside looking in. I mean, let's be honest, with all the centermen and all the ability for the Canadian centerman to play the wing, there's just not much room. That and the speed factor and the way that he's playing now, and every single time he's on the ice, he's dangerous, and he's back checking, and he's learning the defensive side of it, and he's playing winning hockey. But I would say he was way on the outside, and now I'd say he's whoa. I think he's caught all of their attention. Why wouldn't he? He and MacLean Celebrini, if they went with that type of youth, which they don't often do that for Hockey Canada, especially when you get into a single game elimination and everything's on the line, they want guys that have been under the microscope. They want guys that have been under the lights and have been there, tried and true before, to be under pressure. But there's no way that Doug Armstrong and John Cooper don't watch every game and go, wow. So I would say that he's put himself in a great position. And if he doesn't make it, he's got to be real proud of how he's put himself right back on the map again and the way that he's played. So again, I think tomorrow night you guys are going to be really, really impressed, and you'll be keeping your eye on him after this, because he's a changed person, a changed player. The other thing too, Kyper, you love this stuff with sticks and that, but in training camp, I said, "Is your stick shorter?" He said, "Yeah, I cut it like a couple of inches." And
wow.
And I said, "Did you do anything
inches?
else?" He said, "I made it." He was a 71 flex with a very long stick for a 5'10" player. And he went from 71 to 77. So now you got a firmer stick. Now all of a sudden he's winning a lot of face-offs. He's winning. His stick handling in tight is exceptional. I mean, I'm talking, it's elite now. And the way he pulls that puck in, it's not getting blocked by the D like it was maybe later last year, because maybe it's a little bit short. He's bringing it back into his feet. So he's perfecting what Austin Matthews has already perfected.
Awesome stuff, pal. Listen, we're running out of time here, but don't be such a stranger, okay?
Never will be. Thanks for having me.
Darren Pang, everybody.
Thanks, Pang. Appreciate it.
Toronto, Chicago tomorrow
night. Shortening your stick 2 inches is a massive difference in hockey. That would feel, I prefer it that way.
Kyper, I'm still getting tweets about how you taped your stick at the.
Yeah.
Oh, they said like
you
rats.
Dog chewed on it before you came out then.
Yeah, I know.
I will say I've taped my stick once, and
rat chewing
you
tape.
can do whatever you want when you produce like that.
We're just getting started here on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. Doug MacLean for his Off the Rails Friday. You're not going to want to miss it. Coming up next on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. All right, we go national on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. Boring.
I can be a bore.
We're live on SportsNet. SportsNet 650 in Vancouver, 960 in Calgary, and streaming always on SportsNet Plus. If you don't catch us live, download us at your earliest convenience. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. This hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. And as we get going here, we want to remind you, send in texts at 590-590. Right, Sam?
Yeah, make sure you get them in early and often, 590-590. And we don't want, please, God, not all the Leafs. Like Calgary text us, Vancouver text us, Edmonton, Ottawa, Nova Scotia, Cape Breton. I want to hear from all of you.
Hear from
New Brunswick.
Yukon territories. How about when Sam lists our guests, like it's like the guest and then a few suggested questions?
Oh, boy.
The first one
Leafs
for Doug
suck.
MacLean is Leafs suck.
Now what?
Yeah.
That's way too
General.
personal, and like that's just your little hell you're going through.
How many hockey-related questions in our fair city, in our fair country, revolve around those 4 words?
Yeah, most of them.
I
had
think that sums it up
twice today.
It sums it up nicely.
It's not bad.
No,
It's funny.
Mac's not on right now. Okay, I know we just finished the Leaf edition of our program, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to read it exactly the way Sam typed it out.
Yes.
And then we're going to bet how long he goes.
Oh, yeah. No,
All right. Like I'm seriously contemplating maybe going up and getting a coffee.
3 minutes minimum.
Uh,
You know what we should do?
He'll pause.
We should make it a goal to read the questions as they're written, all of them, to whatever guest one day. And I'll just say, Doug, Senators extend Shane Pinto.
I love that.
And just see what we get.
No, all you have to do is Doug. That's it. You don't even have to say anything else, and he'll go on.
What do you guys want to talk about? Jack Hughes' hand or the Olympics?
Oh, Doug's here. We have Doug.
Oh, we have Doug.
Oh, how long have you been listening, Doug?
Oh, boy.
It's the first time I've listened to the show. You
Oh,
guys are good.
Okay.
Thank
I'm
you.
just talking about.
I had you on with Panger there on SportsNet down here in Florida, so it was good.
All right. Welcome back to the program. You've been taking a few days off, early in our season here. We don't really appreciate it.
You know what? I'm busy. I've got a lot of things going on. I found another new golf course, so I've been trying to get out and play a little golf. My game's plateaued, and I'm really working at it. I'm doing a lot of swimming. I'm just trying to stay young, and vibrant.
Mac, does Jill make you wear that shirt in case you get lost at the beach?
I just went out on the patio and I said, "Is this okay for TV? Just to bug them, just to bug them."
It's working. It's working. So, Mac, I'm going to read your first question exactly the way it was written by Sam. Okay, and it goes like this: Leafs suck. Now what?
You know what? It's kind of funny. I watched the game last night, and it's getting challenging to watch. But look, I just want to go back in history here for about a few days when Steve Staios stood up to the media in Ottawa and said that he was really ticked off that he thought his team threw away a bunch of points early in the year. And I'm thinking, listening to it, they don't have Tkachuk. They've got, some challenges, to say the least. His $7 million goaltender wasn't really making saves. And I'm thinking, wow, what a comment. And I look today and I see they're in first place. Without Tkachuk, they're in first place. And I really believe, and I go back to the Staios comment, I think what they've done there, Steve Staios, Travis Green, they've started to create a winning culture, a winning culture amongst the group. And today they're in first place, and they have a big win over the Bruins last night, missing Tkachuk and Shabbat, and still had a big win. So culture is still alive and well in the NHL, a winning culture. I hear the guys saying, well, they don't want to dump the puck. What do you mean they don't want to dump the puck? Stars dump the puck if that's what they have. If that's all they have, they dump the puck. Okay. everybody says, okay, Florida Panthers. Well, they're a bunch, they grind it out. They grind it out. Listen who grinds it out for the Florida Panthers. Barkov does. Ekblad does. Reinhart does. Kachuk does. Bennett does. Jones does. Lundell does. And Brad Marchand does. That's 8 first-round picks, a lot of them taken in the top 5. And they dump the puck when they are supposed to dump the puck, and they play as a team. And the Leafs have got to figure this out really quick, that you're a team and you play the way the coach wants you to play. And when eventually it doesn't work, they fire the coach and another coach comes in. But you've got to play what you're being told to play as a group. And look, I understand Matthews isn't in the lineup. I get that. Something, I don't know what's bothering him, but he's got to become a lot better. Their goaltending will be a lot better. When they get Tanev and McKee back together, they will be a little bit better. The panic there, it's not good. And I understand it because I watched last night and I'm looking, they get 9 shots after 2 periods and hardly a scoring chance. So the culture is still not there in Toronto. And I pointed out Ottawa because I think they're trying to build a culture. And today, you'd have to say Ottawa, I said I had them even going into the season, these two teams. Ottawa are a better team than them right now by a margin. And they've got better players, and they play as a team. How long was that answer?
3 minutes and 15 seconds. Hey.
So,
okay, hold on.
What I would say after reading Bourne's article the other day, I would say they're all guilty.
Mac, it's mid-November here. How do you just snap your fingers and wake up and have culture, or change the culture, or improve the culture? How?
I'm not the guy that brought it up. Their general manager brought it up in the summer that he was going to change the DNA. That is another word for sort of like culture. You know what I'm saying? And right now, they look like their skill level has dramatically declined. It's dramatically declined, their skill level. And I can't figure it out. I mean, I know Tavares has played well, and I know Nyes has been okay for me. He hasn't been the horse. I thought he would take a bigger step, and I think he will as the season goes on. Their goaltending has got to cover for some mistakes sometimes. You need the whole team going. But to me, there's I don't know if it's the pressure in Toronto. It can't be that. It can't be that. But whatever is bugging this team, and look, you're going to fire Craig Berube. Come on. Keith Pelly and Treliving are going to fire Craig Berube now. Are you serious? His second year in the league? I mean, come on. You can't do that. You've got to right now fix this team and get your group back together, get your goaltending back on place, get your D partners back together, and figure out how you want to play.
And is it possible to change culture in season with the same players?
Culture can change if you start to have success. Okay. If you start to win some games and you realize how you're winning. Yeah, your goaltender has to win you some games. Yeah, your shutdown D pair, McCabe and Tanev have got to help you win a game. Matthews has got to win you a game. Nyes has got to help you win. Nylander, he's good enough. So, and there's look, with that, Berube's got to understand that they've got to, every NHL player today has to play with a little bit of freedom. Mm-hmm. No.
Is that Jill?
Is it the commissioner?
No, it's not. No, it's my buddy, business partner. Listen, from LA. Yeah. But anyway, Berube's got to let them play. They've got to play with a touch of freedom, because freedom breeds a little bit of creativity. They're so non-creative right now. They're playing slow, and they've got some mental challenges going on right now that they've got to work their way through it. I really do. I really believe, and I think the panic has got to calm down. And this firing Berube talk, like, come on, seriously. Who are they going to put in there? Come on, think about it. DeBoer got fired in Jersey after a year and a half or whatever, after a couple of years in San Jose. Then he got fired in Vegas. Then he got fired in Dallas. All good teams, and he's the savior. I like Peter DeBoer. He's had an unbelievable career, but come on, the coach is not the problem right now.
All right.
So if we were to compare like issues in Toronto to Edmonton, are they similar? Are they not? Because last time I checked, I see McDavid and Draisaitl still finding ways to carry this team, but where are their issues compared to Toronto's?
They're pretty close. They're pretty close. I mean, the only difference is I guess they've gone to the finals the last 2 years, and they've got McDavid and Draisaitl. Their goaltending is frightening. The way they're defending, the way they're playing in the front of the net, it is frightening right now. But I'll tell you what, I watched a few clips of I watched a little bit of their game last night as well. And I'm thinking, when I watched Draisaitl score that goal, I'm thinking, wow, when have I seen a pure goal scorer, shooter score how many different ways this guy scores goals?
Bossy?
I was blown away watching him last night.
I mean, he is
anyway.
Would you have an answer to that?
And here's the difference between Toronto and them. If that offside wouldn't have been called, they would have probably won the game.
So are we left with the conclusion that the Oilers are better, worse, something than last year? Do they need to make changes, or what's going on?
Well, the goaltending is such a major issue.
Why are they so reluctant to do something there?
Well, here's a big problem. Like I looked today, what do the Leafs need? They need a top 6 forward, and they need a top 4D. But here's the problem. Most teams in the league need that. Yeah. And if you don't get your work done in the summer, it's really hard to get it done during the season until you get to trade deadline. That's why it's tough to make those type of deals to acquire those high-end players. Like picking up the Marchands, and you pick up the Joneses like Florida have done over the years. But those deals typically come at the deadline or in the off season. It's hard to do it right now. And, I just think they're both teams. I think Edmonton, because of Draisaitl and, McDavid and Hyman coming back, Bouchard's going to find his game. They still have got the challenge with goaltending. And I don't know how you fix that.
You're watching and listening to Doug MacLean on Off the Rails Friday. So, Mac, you mentioned culture, and it seems to follow around Brad Marchand everywhere. You mentioned him, 1,000 points. The feeling was when he was leaving Boston to go to Florida, it was just to be amongst, a supporting guy to the Barkovs and the Reinhardts and the Bennetts. And we wake up today, and it feels like the Florida Panthers is Brad Marchand's team today.
Like it's blown me away. Like since the first day he went there, I had heard it before from players in Boston. Sean Corrali used to tell us what a leader he was, what an unbelievable teammate he was, and what a leader he was. And when a kid made the team, when you make the team, you became Brad Marchand's friend. Because he meant that much. He's grabbed this team by the bootstraps in Florida this year and has hauled them into games. He's hauling them into games. And, that's what I mean. Those type of acquisitions. I remember you going off on tangents last year. The Leafs have got to get Marchand. They got to get Marchand. They got to get somebody like him. Well, I hate to say this. You were right in two things. When I was working with you, you were ranting and raving that the Leafs should get Bennett. And now you're ranting and raving they should have got Marchand. And I have to give you credit. You were right on both. I mean, you've been wrong on a lot of things, too. You've been wrong on a lot of things, too. But you were right on those two things.
The Leafs did try.
But, I know, yeah, they tried. They didn't try hard enough, obviously.
Sure would like to go back in time and give him an extra $1 million per year on whatever offer they gave him.
I just think if they can win some games, but they're not going to get it going, guys, until they get Wall and Stolarz back to their game, because they've got to win games for them. Mm-hmm. How many players a year have to win games for you? You need your stars you need your goalies to win you some games you're not supposed to win. You need your captain and superstar to win games that you're not supposed to win. You need your grinders to win you games that you're not supposed to win. That's what you need as a group, and develop a team. And right now they're not a team. This is, I mean, look, and it's hard for me. I was thinking, the troubles I had in Columbus and how hard it is to win. And I said, you guys, in the spring, be careful when you give away good players. They're hard to find, really hard to find.
Absolutely. Hey, kind of along this theme, I'm thinking about the Vancouver Canucks lately, who not gave up JT Miller, but they've moved on from some decent players over time here. Jim Rutherford had some comments in the past day or two, basically saying that they're not rebuilding. It doesn't always work when you tear it all down, and they're below 500 right now. What do you think of where the Canucks are at? The idea of continually trying to compete when you're pretty clearly not a cup contender or even close.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really tough. I read the article as well from Jimmy, and I thought, there was one thing that kept jumping out at me as to why he was talking that way. And I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Good.
Hughes does not want to hear they're going into a rebuild. Because if those words are mentioned, guess what?
He gone.
He will not be there. And, you've got Demko coming back, who's been unbelievable, and now he's banged up again. Hopefully it's minor. Adams had them playing hard despite a lot of injuries. But it jumped out at me plain and simple. Mm-hmm. Hughes, you bring up that, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, so Mac,
take
us through the minds of an executive like Jimmy Rutherford. You've been there before, okay? You got the situation with Hughes. In 2 years, he's UFA. Okay, yeah. How do you go about it? At what point do you have to definitively find out what's going on? You cannot run the same risk the Toronto Maple Leafs made on Marner, where he essentially gets to walk out the door for free. So, what do you do,
guys?
What do you do
if that happens? It is not a rebuild; it is a major rebuild, to say the least. Yeah. But here's the challenge. I talked to Jimmy Devellano recently about this. The NHL GM job today is so much more difficult. And the number one reason it is because guys can walk after 7 years of pro. That puts enormous pressure on team building, team construction, and every aspect of it. The other thing, and Jimmy D said when I got the job in Detroit, he said to me, Doug, I thought I have to be a dummy not to get this Detroit Red Wing team in the playoffs. 16 of 21 teams make the playoffs. If I can't be one of 16, then I'm a dummy. Today it's 16 of 32. You get zero help typically from the lottery, because it's a joke when a team goes from 14 to 1 and 11 to 2, and the bottom teams are bottom feeders, and you've got to be unbelievably lucky to win the lottery. So between the lottery and between, the free agency and so many, and so
no
hard
trade clause, no move clauses,
100%. It's all those things have complicated the job. So, you know what? And Jimmy, well, you can't and rebuilding in Vancouver, I don't get what's happened to them. I mean, the JT Miller, Pettersson thing, how that got out of hand. I for the life of me, I thought the year they went 7 games with Edmonton 2 years ago, I thought they were ready to take a major step. I really did. But anyway,
I gotta ask you about Calgary, and Murray Edwards is the owner in Calgary, who came out earlier through various reports. He has no interest in trading Kadri.
No.
So for a team that's on the bottom right now, and he's at a 35-year-old still in demand around the league, what does that do for Calgary or Craig Conroy when the owner says no interest in moving Kadri?
Then you have to schedule another lunch with him. And I told you when I used to go to lunch with Mr. McConnell, they were great lunches because he'd fall asleep. I'd eat my lunch and I'd leave before he woke up. So they were perfect.
That's truly incredible to me.
And you're not kidding either.
But I got to tell you, the best story ever was when we went to, we were at a Board of Governors meeting and I was up, Mr. McConnell was having trouble walking. So I went up and got him his meal and brought it down to him. And Berkey sends me a text. You kiss ass. Next thing you'll be cutting his meat for him. So that's my advice to Craig. Cut his meat, another meeting with him, do whatever you have to do to allow you to make some trades.
Oh my goodness.
How different are the relationships
Cut his
between
meat.
owners and GMs now? Like now there's corporations involved. You can't be cutting the meat of like a private equity firm.
You know, hey, don't ever kid yourself. There's a lot of them still the very same.
Yeah,
There's a lot of them haven't changed, I'll tell you. So you know what? And they got Anderson there, the savior for every team in the league. The last time I watched him, he was worse covering the front of the net than any of the Leafs defensemen. So let's not get too excited there about his defensive play. I like the way he passes the puck, but he's got a few issues too. So don't get too excited.
Does that
I don't
mean
know who they
Sammy?
have to trade.
I know people. Everyone is excited about trying to pry Rasmus Anderson out of there. Let's talk about other Canadian teams right now. The Montreal Canadiens started red hot. A couple injuries. Caden Gooley's hurt. Not sure if you saw Newhook last night went down, and they lost a couple games in a row in relatively embarrassing fashion. What are your thoughts on where they're at, Doug? Like, is this a blip? What are the Canadiens?
You know what? I love their, you love their talent base. They've gone through a bit of a rebuild, and they've got some nice, very good-looking players there that are, playing well. But last night, and again, I come back to culture. I come back to Dallas rolling in there, Montreal playing well, and they spanked them. And it was a fun game for Dallas. But it's expectations of the good teams. You watch Colorado, the way they're playing now. I mean, it's all business. It's not, and you watch Dallas come in last night. I know they didn't have a good playoff last year, but they're all business when they play. Robertson put on a show last night. But it's that culture that Jimmy Nill and them have bred out there. I think people laugh about it. I still think it's a really, really important part of the game. I really do.
Boy, you start seeing the distance between Western Conference teams and Eastern Conference teams. And I don't know, there might be 5 teams in the West that you'd like better than any in the East. I mean,
Truly.
Today, and I was thinking about this today. Today in the West, it's Colorado and Dallas.
Vegas?
That's what it is for me. Based on 20 games or so, almost at the 20 game, those are the 2 teams that'll play for the championship in the West, in my opinion. In the East, it is wide
open. And right now, who would you say in the East is the best team right now for you? Would it be New Jersey? Would it be Carolina?
Until Jack Hughes cut his hand at the team dinner last night. That's all they need. But I like the way Jersey's playing. But there's nobody that everybody's come and gone, with spurts of looking good. I mean, when Ottawa's in first place today, and what's that tell you? I mean, it's
tied with Montreal.
That's right. Montreal are there. And I look at the I look at the standings of the first 5 teams that are in the playoffs. I'm thinking, I didn't have 4 of them in the playoffs, yet they're in there right now. That's why it's so wide open. But it's to me, Carolina is still a very good team, but they refuse to fix their goaltending. I don't know what they're going to do there. They refuse to. But I still think they're a really good team. The Panthers, I don't know if Barkov's going to be back or not. I don't know what, that'll be a tough situation. But it is so wide open in the East. It's scary how wide open it is. I tell you, I like Ottawa. I love Pinto. I like Batherson. I like Sanderson. There's so many of those young guys that seem to be getting it, seem to be getting it, and I like what I'm seeing there.
A strange situation with Jack Hughes. If you haven't heard, he cut himself at a team meal last night.
He's juggling knives.
I don't know. What is the strangest call you got off ice for a guy that was unavailable to play?
I guess the one I got was that they come into my office. Was it because they were going to be arrested, you mean? Because
it's open to you. Answer any way you want.
I had two guys come in my office and say they had some trouble last night. They ran into a parked car. So I said, well, go down and talk to our lawyer there, and and then we'll deal with the police and we'll get this straightened out. And the lawyer came in and said, Doug, we got a little bit of a problem. I said, what's the problem? They hit 9 parked cars.
Come on, really?
Stop it.
And they had some friends with them that they shouldn't have had with them.
Oh,
so,
no.
Other than that, I mean, like seriously,
was that in
juggling
Columbus?
knives seemed minor to that.
Yeah.
The worst though was Lyle Odeline calling me the night before our franchise home opener. Not home opener, franchise home opener.
Yeah.
I'm barbecuing in the backyard, having a relaxing night, all excited about people coming to town and people in town for our franchise home opener. And Lyle, my captain, calls me and said, Doug, I got a problem. I said, Lyle, we all have problems. What's the problem? He said, I just got charged for impaired driving. I said, are you kidding me?
The night before your first game?
I thought, no, this can't be happening. And the Columbus media, as astute as they are, they found out about it 5 years later. So anyway, we were able to keep it under the, but anyway, so yeah, things happen,
1-800-COPPER. Isn't that the number you dialed?
Those are the stories I can tell. There's some I can't tell.
Yeah. My goodness.
Well, maybe we'll leave it off that story.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on your mind? You want to get off your pink T-shirt?
Oh, you know what? You know it's good when Bruce Garriock's sending me texts. He likes what I'm saying.
Oh, very Ottawa. For sure.
Anyway.
Okay, man.
Everything's good.
Everything's good. Tee off time this afternoon.
Jill just opened the room and told me to keep it down. Keep it down.
Oh, well, you're free.
Right.
You're free.
Yeah, it gets dark now. You're in Florida now. There's no time to go golf.
I'm not going to repeat everything she said. No.
All right,
anyway,
Mac. Thanks for doing this, pal.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Okay, and hang up, right? Don't just linger.
Thanks, Mac. Have a good weekend.
Doug MacLean,
okay,
everybody.
boys.
Wow.
Very funny that you and I both started our timer on Mac for the first answer.
Oh, we said we were going to.
3:26.
Yeah.
You
did as well?
I had it at 3:15, but I was late starting my clock.
3:17.
3:26. Yeah.
We weren't that far off.
Game time?
Game time.
It's game time. Presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 18 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. So I was looking through some of the stuff while you were talking to Doug, and this is a really interesting one for me, where you may be able to extract some value. So you can bet on the country of the Stanley Cup winner. And of course, there are 2 countries that have hockey teams in the National Hockey League.
Yeah.
What do you think the number is for USA to win the cup?
70.
Minus 700.
It's only minus 400.
Yeah.
When Canada is plus 300. So basically, it's like, I looked at what the Oilers are, and the Oilers are 10-1 to win the cup. To me, that's a great bet. The USA to win the cup at minus 400.
I was actually going to ask.
An awesome
Mac,
number.
We kind of ran out of time.
10
How
to
many
1?
Canadian teams?
Minus 400. So like, you got to lay some juice, obviously, some heavy juice. But like, what are the chances that a Canadian team wins the cup this year? They're getting worse every day.
How many Canadian teams made playoffs last year? 5 and a 6th. The Calgary Flames tied for the final spot.
Yeah.
So we almost had 6 in.
Yes.
This year, Jets are in.
Yes.
I mean, that's a yes.
Yes.
Montreal is almost certainly in.
Edmonton still, guys.
Edmonton.
Really? They
And then
should be
either
fine.
Toronto or Ottawa, like maybe 4 this year.
Oilers
Ottawa-
are currently
Ottawa
out-
over Toronto for sure.
currently outside the playoff picture with a -9 goal differential this year. Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, I'm just saying it could be 3. So yes, that bet could be good.
It's a decent number. I was surprised by that the value on that was that good. And there is also another one on here I love. Teams to record 120 regular season points. And if you look at what the Colorado Avalanche have done so far,
Yeah.
how many points they have so far? I'm just got the standings open here.
120 is a high number.
They have
High.
29 points from 18 games.
Yeah.
They've won 12 games. They've lost 1 in regulation and had 5 overtime losses. 29 points from 18 games. They are plus 240 to get to 120 points.
Doable. Good bet. I like that.
120 points is like, for them, they feel like they are going to go on like,
be pacing it.
they must be,
806, yeah.
they feel like they're going to go on like a 15-game winning streak at some point this year. They're undeniably great. So a couple interesting ones there from Bet365. Anyways, that was Game Time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus, Ontario only. Please play responsibly.
And do not forget, we're going to break to text us at fan.
Oh,
or text us at 59590.
The lines are already pretty full, but
right?
try to sneak a couple in here. I got some good ones from all over the country. So
Okay. On that note, we'll take a break here. We'll get to those after the break. And also, the Daily Face-Off. The Athletic first reported about the concerns about the rink at the Olympics. And now Daily Face-Off today came out with more concerns out of Commissioner Gary Bettman. We'll get into that more when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. Welcome back to the program. A reminder, this hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. We close out the week. A little tired.
You
you yell every day.
I started playing hockey again too. That's
You're back into it. I love
I am,
that.
Yeah.
That's great. How is it going?
we saw.
I fell the other day, Thursday morning, but the ribs held up.
You fell.
I did fall.
Yeah.
Tripped or
I just
Big
tripped
shoe
over
foot?
my own 2 feet.
Yeah.
Tripped on the blue line, I think. Toe pick.
That happens.
Well, you had your
Glad the
skate guard
ribs are
on,
good.
or
Certainly glad it didn't happen last week when
skate guard?
we lit it up.
It's great.
Before we get into some texts, Daily Face-Off has followed up a report from Gary Bettman basically saying that this is coming down to the wire. It's not our preference, essentially.
That being an Olympic rink being ready
Yes,
for the
being
Olympic
ready.
Games. Okay.
So the whole idea was that this arena was going to have some sort of tournament play that was kind of watched over by the IIHF in December. That's not happening.
Yeah.
So the rink will be used for the first time by the Olympians.
So that's in 3
And that would be the
months.
women first.
Yep.
Because they start, I believe, 5 days before the men.
Okay.
So
Santa Julia Arena.
Thursday the 12th against against Czechia is Canada's first game.
There may be no way to know for sure how this rink's going to hold up. They could be playing a gold medal game in slush.
Bettman says
by the end of it.
we will send our own people to take a look for ourselves because the well-being of our players playing this tournament is the most important thing.
Yeah.
He says it's coming down to the wire. It wouldn't be our preference if we were in control. Hopefully it will be okay. And they say it will be. Hopefully that's the case. I want an analysis. I tweeted the first time I had the thought, might they not go? Might they not allow the players to go?
My understanding from talking to a few people is it's not in jeopardy.
Okay.
They'll move it.
To a different venue.
Different venue. They could be playing in Switzerland. Who knows?
Honestly, God, that was the exact thing I was going to say. Just go to Davos. Just go have the tournament where the Spengler Cup is.
Yeah.
Is there not this is part of my complete ignorance, but is there's not another sheet anywhere
There's an Italian league, pal. So
Yeah, like there's got to be
Yeah.
a sheet somewhere.
Oh, a sheet with with 14 seats in
yeah,
it.
that's the problem is that they're making bank on this event.
You're not taking
How many seats is this supposed
our
to be? Do we know?
billion-dollar athletes
14,000?
and sticking them to any sheet, Sammy.
14,000.
Yeah, so it's a brand new building with space for 14,000, state of the art, acoustic sightlines, modern amenities, unique atmosphere, blah blah blah.
Okay, so to follow up on sheet talk here, there's not another one with 14,000 seats in a league?
I doubt it.
Like they have a hockey club. I think Raycroft played for AC Milan at one point.
Go
Like
get on the Google machine.
No. Pogge played for AC Milan. Like
How many?
there's, I don't know.
in
Just
the AC
From what I've
Milan?
gathered,
Davos would be sick though.
from what I've gathered right now, there is no plan B.
Oh, gee.
Hockey Milano Rossenbleu holds 4,000.
Oh, that's like,
What'd you think the Italian league was, pal?
buddy, that's the Lumley Bayshore Road Sound.
Italian.
No.
Hey, our line could play there.
Honestly, like London has an 11,000 seat bar
Yeah.
for the night.
Yeah, London, Ontario is
I
not
think
Italy.
4,000's crazy. The Ultras love the AC Milan hockey team for sure. They're gonna go there and chant and sing.
The Ultras?
Oh, that's like a European term for hardcore fans.
Oh,
Never heard that before, right?
well,
I'm
no,
Mr.
I'm not
Worldly,
much
I
of a
guess.
European kick hockey guy, so
So no worries.
text. Some worries.
But for me and for Canadian hockey fans, we're gonna get to watch our beloved hockey stars play in the hockey Olympics.
I think
right?
so. We're just
You
not
think
sure
so?
where.
Davos.
Oh, okay. Okay. But I don't care about where it is.
Okay.
I just want to watch it. Because I'm not going.
Maybe it'll be in Lumley Bayshore.
Yeah.
Chesswood Arena.
UBS Arena getting their all-star game
Scotia
after all.
Pond could do it
Yeah.
for sure.
Scotia Pond.
Yeah. Is there 4,000 seats in there? I don't know. Text?
Text.
All right. Let's see here. Gentlemen, James from Ottawa.
Hi, James.
Thoroughly enjoy your show. Great way to get your text read. Was curious if the NHL has ever discussed the options of coaches refusing a penalty shot and taking a 2-minute penalty instead. It sounds weird, but there are times where it might work in the team's best interest, i.e. protecting a lead late in the game.
Yeah, I've heard the suggestion a variety of times and different ways. You know, what would they prefer to have? Like if you have some plug who gets hauled down on a penalty shot, could you just take the 2 minutes? I don't think, no. You know, like it doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't want to change it. I think you lose the hold your breath moment of a penalty shot. It is tremendous drama.
It never happens.
And I'll say this, and Elliot, I know recently made the same thing. It should happen. Call penalty shots. If you call a few, it would disincentivize people to hack people on breakaways. You get cleaner breakaways.
They're way too chintzy giving them away, for
Way too
sure.
chintzy.
And it is an exciting moment for the fans.
You call one every couple games. You know, the amount of times you're like, well, it wasn't technically. It's like, just call it. If a guy's in alone, gets hauled down,
Yeah.
let's do it.
How many penalty shots you guys have?
I've had one breakaway my whole life.
One breakaway?
In the NHL.
I was a shootout shooter, so I had
in-
opportunities in
But
college.
like,
and
in a game, it's much different than
yeah,
a shootout.
right. So
Like
I, don't,
getting-
I don't think I ever had a penalty shot.
Wow. It's rare.
I've had one in junior.
Nice. You score? You
No.
never- No?
I did not.
But you
No.
know, it's hard. I think 30% or less do score.
30%, right?
You know, like it's
It's just
Like
so much different
7
than,
at bats that you're striking out.
right. It's hard.
like, as you know, is like a guy that did shoot. It's such a different mentality than having a breakaway where you're like standing there and you have they're blowing the whistle and you have time to think about what you're doing as opposed to like a breakaway in the flow of a game.
I've
Thanks.
never understood it. You hear some of the guys say, "Oh, I should go down and like take what the goalie gives me or something." I always tried to make something happen. You know, like had a
Yeah,
plan.
but you're I could just tell from playing with you last week, like you're way better on your edges than I were. To be like Pasternak. Did you see Pasternak's breakaway goal against the Leafs?
Yeah.
Sick.
Like I can't move my feet to go east-west like that to pull a goalie off a post.
So you're looking for a spot to fire.
I have to look and
You
I have
could
to
rip it.
I can go I like 5-hole.
Yeah.
I like low stick side, but I can't move my feet like that to draw a goalie out.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
that lowers my odds. I'm telling you right now. If you had that plus that plus that,
Yeah.
you like your chances of being a lot higher than 300, batting 300.
Well, right now, Zegers has the highest penalty shot conversion rate or shootout rate.
Yeah.
He's like 14 to 23 or something crazy. 15
That's
to
a
23.
sick number
It's disgusting.
against very
The
talented
best
goalies.
goalies in the world, 2/3 of the time he's scoring on a penalty.
I mean, that's on pace for the best ever.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, it was
whatever
Nielsen.
at the minimum cutoff, he's the best ever right now. Whatever, if you call it 20 shots or whatever.
Shootout percentage. I'm just looking up the best shootout percentages of all time.
Yeah, it's like UC Jokinen, Franz Nielsen, TJ Oshie.
Patrick Kane has the most shootout goals. He's
had
50
a million attempts.
53 goals in 132 shots.
Jeez, that's good.
Taves,
That's a guy that moves a stick like a Ginsu knife.
Taves is right.
Minus
Taves is
cutting yourself. Sorry, Jack.
But Taves is right behind him.
Yeah, Taves is
52 goals in 110, 47.3.
Do you remember sending Taves 3 straight
Yes,
times?
I remember it well. The best.
Junior?
Well, okay, sorry to slag on the NHL records, but they have like the best percentages for guys who have shot
1 for 1. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
like
I know you need a minimum. cut.
yeah, Petri Numelin had 8 goals on 10 shots, 80%.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's
really
crazy.
good.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right.
we can move on past this. Hi, you forgot to say Ottawa in your list of cities. The city's so fun that you forgot, Sam. I think I said Ottawa when I was like, text us from cities. I think I said Ottawa.
Yeah.
But my hockey comment is this: when are the Oilers going to make a move for a goalie?
Yeah.
We need someone with less than a 4 goals against average and more than an 850 save percentage. Fan base is getting anxious.
But you see Twitter, like every game, they're like, what do we have to do to get a goalie? The fans are absolutely apoplectic. They're losing their mind. So
Can you imagine if they somehow pulled off a move for like Saros?
and he stayed.
Like how that would just change.
Binnington.
It would just change everything. At least the energy.
If they traded for Saros today, if they traded for Binnington, who's worse than the goalies they have this year, I'd be like, they're winning the cup. That would be like my first reaction. Honestly, it would, because you're right about the energy. Like,
Yes.
we got to do something different.
Just the energy
A new
alone,
guy.
the excitement and the energy.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just watch Connor McDavid, and it's like, do I have to play 25 minutes every night? Me and Leon have to score 3 goals every night? Like, I'm watching, I'm going, is there going to be a point where he's like, I'm burnt, I'm done. I mean, I need a week off.
I mean, 4 Nations
I'm
face
go-
off. He
I'm
gets the
scared
big
he's gonna get
thing.
hurt.
He plays.
And
Knock
it's
on wood.
just give him something that he can go,
Another way to win.
another way to win, a regroup. Okay, now not taking a pay raise makes a little bit more sense to me.
Yeah,
Not
you,
just-
you spent it on Saros.
You spent it on Saros.
Yeah.
That's at least the perception that he would have on it. Not, with all due respect to Wallman and Ekholm, if my money went there, I've already lost with them.
But I would like to. Let's say you did do Saros or someone else, and I've heard or seen people say you don't know that these guys are going to be better or Binnington's worse or whatever. At least you can say you tried. At least you can say everyone said this was a problem. We tried to address it. You got to try.
Got to take your bat off the
You
shoulders.
can't go down looking.
Called third strike.
No more baseball references, please.
Okay.
Sammy, no more baseball.
Yeah.
Sammy, you ruined me.
I'll never get over it. Never get over it. I actually had like a moment today where I saw like a clip and I got really sad. It still
Sad?
kills me. Oh, yeah,
That
still-
is such a funny
it
sports
still
emotion.
kills me. I'll never get over it. Hello, Jason from New Brunswick here. Nice, we're
right.
covering all off. When is Chris Osgood going to get some Hall of Fame consideration? He has better numbers and more cups than half the goalies in the Hall. Love the show, boys.
You don't want my take on that.
You'd have to go and revisit everything, but he's a top 10, isn't he, in wins?
For sure.
So I don't know. Like Cujo's numbers are better than Chris Osgood's without the cups.
I don't know. I just, like in the NFL, they have guys they call systems quarterbacks. They're like, he just like made it work in that team's systems or whatever. That was Chris Osgood to me. Like he played behind unbelievable Red Wings teams.
Chris Osgood's
And that helps.
15th all time with wins.
And
Okay, so
401.
It's a pile.
401.
I have a lot of respect for Chris Osgood and his career, and he's a great man and all
Yep.
that stuff. I don't mean to, but I don't.
I'm not a great kind of judge of who should be in and who should be out. It's just not my specialty. It seemed a lot easier 15 years ago when it was like, oh, you played 1,000 games. Oh, you got 1,000 points. You're in.
But I had someone say the other day, the Hall of Fame criteria should be, if we have to debate it, it's a no.
Does somebody have to get in every
but
single
like,
year?
There's still we've got 500 goal scorers. John Tavares just got in. Everybody's convinced that
John Tavares.
John Tavares. Sorry, what
Just
did I
got
say?
in?
No, we had discussions
Oh.
about John Tavares with his 500th goal now being a guy that should be able to get in. And by the numbers, you're like, he is certainly in the ballpark. But we've also had Keith Tkachuk, I believe, at 500 goals. Pat Verbeek at 500 goals. Rod Brindamore, where is he? I look at Steve Larmer, and I'm like, a guy that plays the game the way he did for that many consecutive games has no spot in the Hall of Fame. And what is that fine line?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But I guess if you're looking at all these names, there's not Hall of Famers and not Hall of Famers. We've just picked a spot and said, here, this is where the line is for Hall of Fame, and this is where
I think the Baseball Hall of Fame does it by far the best. It's the hardest to get into. Like, some years guys just don't get in, or it's one person, or it's one, like, I just feel like there has to be 7 people every time. It feels like it devalues what it actually is. Anyways, we're gonna go down. I just want to get this one in quickly.
Yeah.
Andrew from Dawson City in Yukon, and I asked for the Yukon. Said, love the show, guys. Watch every week. Never miss it. Kyper and Bourne. Love you guys. Canucks question is, do they move on from Hughes? The Canucks are bad, and it's sad. That's what he says.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't understand what move on from him means. It
Well,
means, like,
here's what
he's,
everyone knows. He's
the only
Canucks
one
Twitter
that's
that I
going to
see.
decide if he moves on. Vancouver will not move on off of him.
They wouldn't trade him?
They will, only on his instructions to trade him.
But if they went and asked him, hey, do you want to leave? What do you think he'd say?
I've got a contract, or, I mean, I don't think he'd go to him and say, go to Vancouver and say, I'm ready to move now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's his play, put it that way.
It's just where they're at as a franchise and what we know he wants and whatever. It's really hard to see a world where he's like, yeah, I'll lose in Vancouver if they're going to.
This is why it's got a whole new dynamic now. And I don't want for Vancouver fans the same thing to happen that the Leaf fans went through with Marner.
Well, and that's, there was like a window where it's like, boy, you could have got something for him and salvaged something. And that's kind of where you're getting into for Canucks fans, where it's like.
The window was when, after Kyle Dubas got fired and Brad Schlieveren came in here, and he had a week to make the move before his full-blown move kicked in.
Right. That'd have been a hell of a thing.
Holy smokes, that would have been quite a. He didn't know his key cards work yet.
So, do they want to make sure they don't get left in the dark with nothing?
All right, boys, that's it.
Okay.
5:53, almost out of time, so I got no more text for you.
All right. Well, let's look ahead to the weekend. Toronto plays the Chicago Blackhawks on Saturday night. 4 straight losses, we'll call it.
We just heard from Darren Pang. If you didn't catch him, you can catch him on a download on any platform. And he said they're fast and quick, and a team that is unfamiliar to people that have watched the last few years of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Great.
And a new Connor Bedard looking to get some positive traction for Canada while playing Toronto.
Man,
Bedard,
can he shoot
2
the puck?
goals.
Toe drag
Saturday
release. Two drag.
Can he
toe
shoot
drag.
the puck?
Can he shoot it? Love it.
Our thanks to Darren Pang, as we just mentioned, and Doug MacLean on this edition of Off the Rails Friday. Sure glad you were aboard all week. Sure glad you're with us. You get a chance, give us a rating and review. We'd love to hear from you.
Go Owen Sound.
Go Owen Sound,
They're
Sammy.
playing in London tonight. Big game.
Big game.
Midwest
Are you
Division
going?
battle. No, it's in London. It starts in an hour.
But no helicopter?
No.
No Edward
Well, I'm not
Rogers
you.
helicopter?
I'm not you, Kipper. I don't do that.
Have a great weekend, everybody.